Hello and welcome. You're watching Newsx with me, Devika Devan. Today, opposition MPs from the INDI alliance staged a protest march from Parliament to the Election Commission office in New Delhi, alleging manipulation of voter rolls. What followed was no less than complete chaos, with MPs tussling with the police, jumping over barricades and then getting detained. Prominent leaders including Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Mallikarjun Kharge, Sharad Pawar and Mahua Moitra participated in this protest march. The protest was halted by Delhi police at Transport Bhavan, where barricades were set up to prevent further movement. In response to the detention, Rahul Gandhi stated in I quote, "This fight is not political, it is to save the constitution." The EC had previously agreed to meet with 30 opposition MPs to discuss their concerns. However, the opposition leaders argued that their ability to present their memorandum was obstructed by the cops' action. The protest thus highlights ongoing tensions between the opposition and now the Election Commission over transparency of the electoral process. Where does this fight really leave us? Is there merit to what the opposition leaders are saying? And how does one now ensure that the ability of the Election Commission to carry out free and fair elections in a democracy is not hampered by the allegations that are being raised? We take all of these questions forward. With me, Dr. Himanshu Shukla of the BJP, Mr. Rajesh Kotian of the Congress, Mr. Sandeep Chandra, political analyst, Dr. S.K. Datta, political analyst, and Manasvi Thapar, political analyst, with me on the broadcast. Let me begin with Mr. Rajesh Kotian of the Congress. Mr. Kotian, I want to understand from your perspective what really stopped the opposition leaders from presenting their case before the Election Commission.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Kotian, I can.
Our point was simple. Our President Mallikarjun Kharge said this was not 300 hooligans walking up to the Election Commission. This were 300 MPs out there. And what prevented the Election Commission of India of having a small this thing and hearing us out, all the 300 MPs, and from our LOP, from giving a presentation? What the Election Commission did is the only 30 MPs were allowed at the nth moment. And how could such a large alliance say we will send which 30 of them out over there? And one of our MPs from TMC fainted also. And all our ministers, all our MPs, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, they were arrested and later released. The point is, our LOP, he heads about 100 people, and he is the LOP of the entire India Alliance. And we wants the Election Commission to come out and give an answer to it. Instead of that, they go on saying, give an affidavit on oath and all that. Now, this is something based on Election Commission data. Why will Rahul Gandhi ji will go swear an affidavit on oath on something which is Election Commission data? And this is not an ordinary person, a roadside person standing and thinking. He has said something on video, and it is an Election Commission of India. They are supposed to hold free and impartial elections for this country, not one of the largest democracy in the world. Now, if that institution is compromised, if the MPs have to walk to the MPs to just find out which they feel, Rahul Gandhi ji had raised an issue in Bangalore of one of the seats of 1 lakh this thing, and then in Bihar we had an issue. Why, if 2024 elections, all that this was right, why an SIR, and that why at the nth moment, why now they have deleted 65 lakh voters, if in spite of the Supreme Court judge saying that. Now their latest affidavit, they are so brazen, they say the law does not provide us to find. Now all this shows only one thing: it is not Election Commission of India, it is Election Commission of BJP. Just as ED, CBI, ID, Election Commission has become a compromised body for BJP to stay in power. And that's our point, ma'am. We all want, we have seen in Maharashtra what has happened. and now they have found out a way of winning elections by deceit. So that's our point. And if an MPs of India are not allowed to
Okay.
meet a constitutional body and arrested, so I don't know what a common man will get justice from this body.
Okay, Dr. Himanshu Shukla, how does the BJP respond to those allegations?
Thank you for having me on the show. Namaskar, Jai Siya Ram, Bharat Mata ki Jai. And I want to make these statements as Rahul Gandhi every day has been changing from a comic person to a dangerous person for the nation. I mean, the work of opposition is to, work for the
I
welfare
will.
of the people, but chaos is never acceptable. Gandhi ji, Rahul Gandhi follows a, five-step playbook, which is a predictable playbook. First, lose elections, then concord wild excuses, then dodge formal complaints, then refuse to provide substantial complaints, and fifth is spread chaos with fake news. He made a complaint about a voter whose EPIC number just 4 days ago. That he made a complaint about a voter whose EPIC number allegedly appeared on the voter list in Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Lucknow. My friend Rajesh Kotianji was also talking about this. This was his grand proof. When checked by the ECI official voters and search portal, so the results were as embarrassing as the Rahul Gandhi's rallies. I mean, all his narratives which he throws are fake. Second, he made in the Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, Rahul Gandhi claimed about the voter surges, which range widely from 1 crore to 70 lakh to 40 lakh. These accusations of vote theft were already dismissed by the Bombay High Court. When the ECI every time made this notion that if you have the guts, if Rahul Gandhi, any Congress party person has the guts, file a written complaint with his signature. They don't have any guts to do this thing. They just want to make chaos in the country. They just want to follow the path of George Soros and Trump.
Okay.
SIR is happening every day, every periodic time. SIR happens in this country, and it's not happening for the first time. And they are creating ruckus. All these accusations from Savarkar to Rafael to Election Commission to every notion which Rahul Gandhi makes have been in the past made as a false accusation, and in future also this RSS to China occupying land, everything Rahul Gandhi makes in this country is to create chaos, and he is becoming a very dangerous man for the India.
Okay, I want to bring in Manasvi Thapar into the conversation. Manasvi, is there merit to what the Election Commission is now requesting the opposition leaders, that if you have a very serious, you've raised a very serious allegation, why don't you then put it on an affidavit and submit it, at least back your own claims?
Why don't Election Commission of India put everything on affidavit and deny the charges made by Rahul Gandhi? I feel it is absurd when when a leader of opposition is trying to make an allegation, and I feel let's not go into affidavit playing. Let's go to a different level. If the allegations which are raised by Rahul Gandhi are not true, are completely wrong, why don't Election Commission of India file an FIR against Rahul Gandhi to mislead our nation? So that has not been done. So you can ask question, but the reality is whatever Rahul Gandhi showed to the entire country, isn't it questionable? Isn't Election Commission answerable? Yes, there could be some kind of lacuna on the part of Election Commission, but they have to come clean on that. You have to safeguard the democracy of this nation. You have to, and the democracy boils down to the last voter of our nation. So that cannot be betrayed. And if there is some betrayal, if there is non-transparency by the election commission, and the people in opposition are asking some questions, you can't barge them behind the bus. You can't take them away. You can't neglect them. You can't say these are anti-national or Soros people. These are democratically elected people representing the people of our nation through the voice in the opposition. But that does not make their voice any lesser than those people who are in power. You have to respect the voice. And Election Commission is of India. Election Commission is not of a political party. Let's understand it very clearly. If questions are levied on Election Commission should answer. What is Election Commission doing is, why don't you come on an affidavit? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do XYZ? But that is not an answer. The answer to the questions raised by Rahul Gandhi are still pending. Those questions need some answer. Has Election Commission actually counted those answers? They don't. Let's go to our next further step. They don't even file a FIR. They don't even give an affidavit. Just give an answer to the questions raised by Rahul Gandhi in that press conference. You can do it right now. Why don't you want to do that? Because there are no answers to that, and that is what the message goes to the people at large. And the kind of behavior what is happening by the people in power right now is not going right, or it's not going in their way. It is not going to favor them in any such way. You are trying to suppress the voice of people. You are trying to suppress the voice of the opposition. That is not how a healthy democracy functions. If you want a healthy democracy, if you want a robust democracy, you have to simply say, yes, the questions raised by Rahul Gandhi are questions. Let us come out with a white paper with an answer to them. Give us a week's time, give us a 10 days time, and then counter Rahul Gandhi on every point. Rahul Gandhi, this would be an end of his career if any pointed questions raised by Rahul Gandhi falls flat on Rahul Gandhi, will just end Rahul Gandhi's career immediately. But that will also help the BJP. But that exercise is not happening. The
Okay.
exercise, the voice, what is coming out from the election commission is simply this: why don't you file? Why don't you give it in writing? Why don't you give it through an affidavit? But these are just baseless claims. A leader of opposition, a constitutional position, is making a statement that is equal to any affidavit. Why don't you consider a leader of opposition statement seriously?
Okay.
That is what the election commission has to come out clean on it.
Okay, Mr. Sandeep Chandra, your thoughts on the same. Is
Uh,
the
Please
onus here?
give me a second
One second, Mr. Himanshu Shukla. I'll bring you in. Mr. Sandeep Chandra, I want to understand from you. An allegation is made. Allegation A is made, and it's made against the Election Commission. Amidst all of this, the onus then lies on whom to find the evidence and present the evidence, and present it before whom? Are we expecting now somewhere maybe the courts of India to be involved in this entire matter? The larger point is, how does one even take this forward? Because as Manasvi Thapar pointed out, at this point in time, it seems that the Election Commission is going into some sort of a paperwork formality as far as the allegations are concerned. And in his view, it would be better if the Election Commission came out with a clear white paper negating all the allegations. But is there some merit to the Election Commission saying that if you want us to really negate these allegations, at least put them first on a piece of paper, on an affidavit, sign it and give it to us, submit it to us? Is there merit to that?
Yeah, Devika, I wanted to thank you for having me on your show. Actually, you have nailed the whole issue by asking this very pertinent question. You see, the fact of the matter is this: Rahul Gandhi indulges in irresponsible shoot and scoot tactics. Now, I will give you, a smoking gun proof. He alleged that one lady called Shakun Rani from Karnataka, she had voted twice. And she has come on record, she says, I have got the proof, I have only voted once. The EC also pointed out. Now, Election Commission is very well within its rights that when you are making an allegation, you should put in a proper affidavit, and under the Indian Penal Code, if you are making a wrong statement, then you will face the music. Otherwise, Election Commission officials will face the music, number one. Number two, they have always been talking about hacking the EVMs. Now, where Congress wins, the opposition wins, EVM is not hacked. Where it loses, EVM is hacked. By that logic, let them say that we want re-elections in Karnataka and the other state where they are in power. So my short point is this: that when you are not winning elections, you should take the responsibility. And when the Election Commission has said, and also this bogey the opposition had raised, that about hacking of the EVMs, till today they said, okay, come and hack the EVM in front of us. Not one instance of EVM. The opposition has tried its level best that they could hack one EVM. Today, we are the largest democracy. The elections are the biggest democratic exercise on the whole planet. And I would like to say that Rahul Gandhi should take this from, example from our very well-respected, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. He has made BJP into lean, mean fighting machine. They win elections and they give results. people of don't take people of this country for granted. That when you are doing bogus voting, election, hacking of EVMs, this will not do. You put your money where your mouth is, and let them not forget. They talk about human rights. That Indira Gandhi had converted the whole country into a big jail by having emergency. Today, if you compare Mr. Modi and Rahul Gandhi, it is kahan Raja Bhoj, kahan Gangu Teli. Today, Mr. Modi is on top of the poll. He has transcended from being a politician to a statesman, and he knows how to win elections. He takes the bull by the horns. He leads from the front, and that is how elections are won and lost. And BJP is winning most of the elections. So let them not go round and round and round. That and election commission has said today, if I make allegations or you make an allegation, they'll say, okay, put your allegations on a piece of paper, on an oath, sign it, and then we'll take action. And if you're why is Rahul Gandhi shying away from not giving affidavit? Because he knows what he's saying is not correct. I have taken oath as an MP. What does that mean? You take an oath, put it on affidavit, and you have made the allegation. It is your onus is on you to prove it. And today, what does he have to say about Shakun Rani saying, I have only voted once? So these tactics will not do. Today, Congress is a defeated entity. They don't know how to fight elections. They don't know how to win elections. They are making irresponsible statements. And the biggest thing is this. Mr. Modi has, our iconic PM, has made so many schemes. Till today, which scheme has the opposition lauded? You mean to say all these schemes are, you can brush under the carpet? It's not, it doesn't work like this.
Okay.
This is what I want to say.
Okay, I want to bring in Dr. S.K. Datta as well. Dr. S.K. Datta, my question then to you is, should the opposition MPs, given the serious charge of the allegation, the serious nature of the allegation, should the opposition MPs, in your perspective, put it down on an affidavit, give their signatures, and make sure that all of us get the answers that we deserve in this democracy? Because earlier it was all about EVM hacking in previous elections. Today we are now talking about the credibility of the electoral roll itself. So in your perspective, how crucial is it for some sort of a formal complaint to be raised as far as this matter is concerned?
See, Mr. Rahul Gandhi comes up with bizarre statements and with brazen allegations and with brazen theories which do not hold at all lawfully in the eyes of the law before the court, and ultimately either he goes in for a stoic silence or he apologizes. In the past, we have seen many precedents, like from 2014 till 2023. They had been talking about EVM hacking and about how EVM is getting manipulated on behalf of the Bharatiya Janata Party in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party. When the Election Commission had invited representatives of all the opposition parties to come to the Election Commission and to prove it, that EVM can be tampered and it can be hacked, none of them they could prove it. Ultimately, the Honorable Supreme Court of India had actually, closed the lead on EVM by castigating the opposition and giving them a stern warning as to not to question the credibility and the independence of the Election Commission. And the Honorable Supreme Court of India said that EVM in India is absolutely foolproof and it cannot be tampered. So now they need another pretext, in between Mr. Gandhi came up with the bizarre logic of, and with the brazen idea that 3,000 square kilometers of Indian territory has been annexed by China. After getting a proper dressing ground from the Supreme Court of India, he had his mouth shut. So one after another, whether allegations against individuals, whether personal slanderings, then giving an unconditional apology to Nitin Gadkari, to late Arun Jaitley and others, these melodramas have been so childish that even a 5-year-old child doesn't take him responsibly. Today, the Election Commission of India said that 30 MPs can come and discuss the matter with Chief Election Commission. I think 30 MPs is a good number. What were they expecting, that a crowd of 300 MPs would go to the Chief Election Commission's office and discuss and make hue and cry and do halla bol? It doesn't work that way. My question is, and I challenge Mr. Gandhi, that if whatever he is saying, if it's absolutely correct and absolutely true, then why doesn't give it in writing in a affidavit? What is preventing him from giving an affidavit? If you are saying that votes in India have been tempered, the whole electoral process itself is questionable. The style of voting is questionable. Election commission is a kind of a pawn in the hands of the ruling party. And if election commission is it's an kind of a caged kind of a bird, then you have to prove all these allegations, right? And for proving all these allegations, you stick to the statement. You give it in writing to the election commission that yes, all the allegations which I have, whether 1, 2, 3, 4, or 20 allegations, whatever it is, whatever I'm saying, I stand by that, and I have logic and I have concrete evidences to prove it. And now it is for the election commission to refute my evidence and my allegations. Why doesn't Mr. Rahul Gandhi do that? Tomorrow, if the election commission files in an PIL, and I would request the election commission to file a PIL and to file an FIR against Mr. Rahul Gandhi and go to the Supreme Court, and I'm sure Supreme Court will give Mr. Rahul Gandhi a proper blasting. In fact, Supreme Court has, on the RSS case, given him a stern warning that next time the Honorable Court is not going to allow him to go scot-free, and action would be taken. And I think it is time to take action, because the way things are being leveled and the kind of allegations which Mr. Rahul Gandhi is cooking up every day without an iota of evidences, this is actually making a mockery of India's image at the international level. He tarnishes the image of India within the country. He goes out and he tarnishes the image, and he's just going scot-free. I think it's time that action needs to be taken against him, and serious action has to be taken. If he is correct and if he stands by his logic, I challenge the Congress party that file a case against the Honorable Election Commission of India with the Supreme Court and give it in writing in an affidavit.
Okay, I have a few
that
minutes
whatever
left.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi is saying is absolutely just.
Okay, I have a few minutes left. I'm going to let Rajesh Kotin of the Congress respond to that. Rajesh Kotin, quickly.
Answer both the BJP and this Mr. Datta. Mr. Datta, for all your claims of fairness, do you know what was the original composition of CEC? If you people were so great, why did you remove a Supreme Court judge which you are claiming and put in a union minister so that you can have your hand-picked, your prime minister and your union home minister can get this fucking people who are sitting there and making a mockery of all the democracy? What are we asking? The Congress party on the behalf of our voters, what we are asking, do the voters of India have a right to know the voters?
Then why don't you give it in writing?
I did not interrupt you.
Give it in
You
writing?
went against my leader.
Why don't you give it in writing?
Either you shut
no,
up.
you will come
Why
up with
can't
brazen
you?
logic,
Why can't you?
irrelevant statements, and you expect the other person
Okay, I'm
to
going to
remain
question
silent.
mute both the speakers if they're going to be screaming at each other. Manasvi Thapar wanted to make a point.
He was
Have the
3,000
guts and
kilometers.
file an affidavit.
Which of your
Have the
your
guts
Can I
and
comment?
file an affidavit.
Please
Can you
mute
please
them.
mute?
Please mute them. Please mute them. Yeah, Manasvi, go ahead.
First, let's be very clear. The Representation of People's Act 1950, Section 21 to 23 already lays down the process for inclusion, deletion, correction of electoral rolls. The process is statutory. It is done through Form 6, 7, and 8, and it has fixed timelines, which is 30 days. And during that revision period, only you can make that revision to the Election Commission. Once the final roll is published, it cannot be casually altered. So the questions raised by Rahul Gandhi does not require an affidavit, because the timelines by the Representation of People's Act from Section 21 to 23 and through rules, through forms number 6, 7, 8, it is already very much there. And now filing an affidavit or asking it in writing does not make any sense. On the contrary, when the questions are raised now, the Election Commission should just come clean and say, whatever allegations made by Rahul Gandhi, we have checked their role, and that is incorrect. And that will just completely end the debate. But what
Okay.
Election Commission is trying to mislead the people of our country is by saying that he should give it on an affidavit while he's not a candidate there. The period during which that was mandated as per the act is already long gone. So now that does not make any sense because he's not a candidate. He's not a person fighting that. He's someone who, even that representation can be made
When
by
he's
anyone in the country. That these electoral rules,
alleging
please,
against
Mr.
a
Datta,
Okay,
constitutional
Mr.
all right.
Datta,
I've
this is
run out
very
of time. I've
childish
run
of
out of
you.
time completely. I've run out of time. Sandeep Chandra, 20 seconds.
Yeah, Devika, I would like to say that, fact of the matter is this: if Rahul Gandhi believes what he is saying is right, Election Commission is backed by best of the legal brains. What is stopping him in putting his words into writing in the form of a sworn affidavit? That means what he's saying is just, playing to the gallery. It is complete lies. He should, if he's got the guts, let him put it on a sworn affidavit as directed by the Election Commission.
Okay, all right. I've completely run out of time. That's a question that the opposition will have to answer because that's the main question right now. That if you're making such serious charges, then let's make them formally because this is not a matter of simply just a protest and then answers coming out. But several loopholes, it's a very complex matter and it would require a lot of people to be working really hard over the next few days to understand what really is it that the opposition is expecting to come out of their latest allegations as far as the election process in India is concerned. On that note, I thank all of our guests for joining us to take this conversation forward. We step into a very short break.